Good morning. Good morning, all you cool cats and kittens, and welcome to the 2024 Kickoff Rally. My name is Cody Pazza. I am the area managing director for the Altoona, Des Moines, and West Des Moines, Iowa offices.
What's up, CBDP family? I'm Aaron Cox, managing director at the Bozeman, Montana office.
And this morning we'll be unveiling, learning, and celebrating. Our agenda includes announcing our Power of One More contest winners, sharing a sneak peek at our brand new marketing packages, and other exciting market updates.
We're going to hear from special guest speaker Kate Rossi, who will be bringing the fire with strategies that help you grow your business in any market. Also, we'll have the highly anticipated reveal of our 2023 Chairman's Club members who will be enjoying a well-deserved trip to a yet-to-be-revealed locale, hopefully somewhere warm. Lastly, we'll wrap up with some upcoming company events that you don't want to miss. I'm now going to hand it over to our VP of Operations, Shawnee Carver, to announce our Power of One More contest winners.
Awesome. Thanks, Aaron. Well, let's just recap. So we started our Power of One More series the fourth quarter of last year. In order to qualify and to be into this, you had to sell one more transaction from what you did in 2022. So the prizes were going to be a listing marketing package, free transaction coordination for up to a year. And everybody that achieved one more unit is going to get a shout out on social media. So congratulations to over 90 agents that achieved one more unit in 2023. Big round of applause for you guys. That's awesome. On the next slide, I get to go ahead and congratulate our winners. We have Lori, Kurt, and Deb. All three of you are going to win a free marketing package. Woohoo! This is amazing. Marketing's got some amazing stuff that they are going to roll out to you today. And Gail and Kinsey, you guys are our winners for our free transaction coordination. This is amazing also. So we'll be sending out details on how to claim your prizes. But again, congratulations. Thank you guys so much. We put a lot of work into our Power of One More series, and we're super excited that we had over 90 agents that did one more transaction. So I get to pass it now to our amazing VP of Marketing, Rachel.
Thank you. And nice job, everybody. That's awesome. I can't believe it was over 90 people. That's amazing.
90 people. That is awesome. Yes. Huge congrats.
Very cool. So like Shawnee teed me up for, I'm going to touch on some exciting new marketing items for 2024. And I say we just dig right in. So first of all, we're super excited to launch our 2024 marketing packages. This is a totally revamped enhancement of our already amazing, listing marketing packages. And I'm going to touch on some of the highlights of the packages, including new features, and show you how you can order them starting February 1st. So mark your calendars for that. All right. So each package is based on the sales price of the listing. So that's a pretty big change. We have handpicked the very best marketing materials and actions for that price point to take the burden of marketing your listing off your shoulders. And since each package is based on the sales price of the listing, no longer will we have the CB1, 2, and 3. So that lingo is kind of going away because we want this to feel just very customized and curated from the process of ordering your packages to the actual materials and actions that we're taking to market the listing. One other big change to the marketing packages is that we're moving to a direct agent to photographer structure with photos not being included in the marketing packages. The benefit to you is that you now have the flexibility to choose your preferred photographer and photography. So you're not restricted to what our former packages allowed. Joey has also maintained relationships with all of those same preferred photographers who are honoring their pricing that they were doing with the former CB1, 2, and 3 packages and or providing discounted photography for our listings. So that is really cool. Okay, some other things I want to highlight is that we're still going to, of course, produce super high quality materials. We're partnering with Express Docs, among other partners. We have dedicated packages for builders and developers, our global luxury properties, and our land, farm, and acreage properties. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit more here later. We also have some amazing new offerings and, quite frankly, new to market. These are things that no other brokerage is doing to market their listings for their agents. So I'm very proud of this. My team has just done an awesome job putting all of this together, using all of our brain power together. So speaking of that, let's talk about some of those things. Geofencing ads. I mean, how cool is this? We're going to be able to target your exact audience, your potential buyer for your listing. YouTube pre-roll ads. Those are those ads that you see when you go on YouTube and you want to watch your show or whatever, the nice little ads that come up. Great click-through rate. Also, Google search ads, which of course, if somebody is Googling for a property like yours or in the area of yours, your property will come up high on those search results as an ad. We've also partnered with the USA Today network for branded content. Branded content's cool because it's not something that looks like an ad, but is intriguing. People read it as if it's an article that's actually featuring your listing. Super cool. Also, we're now providing luxury marketing consultation for our luxury listings. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in detail, and we actually have a whole dedicated Focus Friday where we'll be talking about that. So more to come on that. But again, it's just that curated and customized feel that we're really going for. And for our luxury properties, we feel like it's an awesome perk to be able to truly figure out what the best marketing is for that listing. Another thing that Shayla on my team brought to us, which is super cool, is dynamic QR codes for some of our marketing materials. What's cool about these is we can easily track the clicks and we can update the QR codes time and time again. So you don't have to have a new QR code on everything. If you order a marketing package, we could essentially use that throughout all of your marketing materials, have tracking. So year over year, you can see how those are doing. Month over month, you can see how those are doing. Just an absolutely awesome addition. So you might be like, oh my gosh, Rachel, this is so cool, but this is so much. Don't worry. We have made it super convenient for you and created a dedicated website thanks to the lovely Alyssa who's running the slides right now. We're going to just dig into that. The website's devoted to our new marketing packages that again are going to launch on February 1st. So we're 2 weeks out from that. And this will also be a part of the Change Lives Academy site. So as you can see, she's kind of scrolling through. There's lots of opportunities to get to know what these packages are like. We've got FAQs on this first page. You can, of course, go ahead and start there and get the form going and all those things. We've got frequently asked questions, which we're going to get into some of those today, but some of those we'll also get into later. On this site, we've also had a few opportunities for people to customize their listing presentations. We've got listing and buyer presentations for all of our different divisions. They're wonderful. They've been completely redone and enhanced for 2024. Shayla's been working hard on that on my team. They're beautiful. So that's a place that you can do that because it's all in that listing environment, if you will. So let's first go to global luxury. Of course, like all of our other packages, a curated listing marketing package will be generated based on sales price. But in addition to that, we, the marketing team, will be notified of the listing to review the listing and the package and ensure that just the very best marketing for that listing happens. And this is where that luxury consultation comes in. Alyssa, when she was up at the top, you'll see some information on that. I also included Todd's wonderful survey, and that's really where a lot of this marketing came from. We took the survey, thought about, okay, what can we do to make sure we're marketing our listings, how all of these top agents across the nation say is the best way to market them, and we put them into a package. I have some tips there on your marketing consultation, among other things, but it's going to be awesome, you guys. And because of the marketing impact we're dedicated to in the luxury space, some of these portions of the packages for global luxury are even company paid. So pay attention. I've got a special learning opportunity for all of the global luxury stuff coming up that I'll talk about shortly. All right, so land farm acreage. This whole process, our team put our heads together, spent a ton of time on this revamp. And one of the things we kept coming back to was the amazing amount of land that we represent in all of our markets, which is really cool. So knowing that, we created unique materials to showcase these listings, as well as a dedicated listing presentation for that. You'll see that there's specific branding for land, farm, and acreage. You can opt into that. You can also do your own thing if you so choose, but that's something that we will obviously discuss throughout the process. All right. So also on this site, we have our new construction tab for our builders and developments. We have a ton of agents that represent builders and developments all around the nation. So we'll create not only materials for your listings, but branding materials and ads specific to your builder and developer. We'll start things off with a consultation to learn about your project so we can create a marketing plan. And for those of you out there that I've already met with, we're really doing a lot of this stuff. This is just kind of putting it in a nice, neat way that everybody can understand our processes and how we're doing this the best of our ability to get your builder or development out and seen in front of the most possible people. The sign up for the consultation, which Alyssa just passed a teeny bit, is on this site. So if you have a need before then, absolutely reach out to me and we can discuss what this looks like for 2024 for your builder or developer. Happy to do that. But just know that on February 1st on this site, you'll be able to sign up for a consultation as well. So under the More tab, we have the Showcase Gallery and What's Included. And those tabs show off all of the beautiful materials Shayla has created at different price points. So it gives you a little taste of what all of those materials look like. And just a little side note to that, we do have listing presentation inserts that show off all of this stuff too in a PDF form that you can put in your listing presentation to talk about the marketing that you're going to be doing for the listing. On this tab, we also have our package timeline, which has been significantly expedited. And I know Joey's super happy about that, and agents are going to love this. Since you'll be providing the photography directly to us to order the packages, it speeds things up dramatically. So check that out when we go live. Then, of course, we have listing presentations on there. Again, we have that in multiple spots. We also have our photography information page. So this is where all of our preferred photographers and their rate sheets will live. And like I said earlier, this provides a lot of flexibility for you guys. You're welcome to choose any photographer. These are our preferred photographers that we've maintained relationships with. And feel free to, peruse that. If there are photographers that you'd like to have part of the program, absolutely reach out to us. This just happened the other day. So we've already added a couple of photographers that are honoring some really excellent pricing and or giving discounts. So that's where all of that will go. Okay, so let's go ahead. Thank you, Alyssa, and take a quick peek at the actual form in the Get Started tab. So we ask for very similar information as we have in the past, but as Alyssa will point out here soon, when you enter the list price of the home, $400,000, wonderful. Voila, your marketing package is revealed. So the things that generate when you put the listing price in are, again, the things that we have researched deeply and feel are the best possible marketing tactics and materials for that price point. So as you put in the price point, it's hyper customized to your listing. There's also an option for you to add more information in there. And again, there's the consultation for the global luxury stuff and so much more. So this is super exciting, right? And I think I saw something pop up about, will these slides be shared? They absolutely will. They absolutely will. But we also and I'll let Alyssa get there, on February 2nd, so the day after launch, because I know this is a fire hose of information, Joey, our main marketing package master, and I are going to do a deep dive into the marketing packages for 2024. So if you have questions between now and then, please give them to your AC and we'll do our very best to answer those questions on Focus Friday, February 2nd. The website will go live February 1st, and we will send out a separate communication to let everybody know what's going on and some of those highlights that I talked about. But we will be sharing this slideshow later. So that's not all. We've got more exciting stuff. So also on February 1st, we're launching a global luxury monthly content calendar, which is something a ton of agents have been asking for. And Lissa and my team, they're just like, let's do it. This sounds awesome. It'll help with content across social media and other things. We're also going to launch a quarterly newsletter for global luxury. So a form will be sent out closer to the February 1st date for you to sign up for that content calendar, but it's great stuff. For example, the trend report just came out this morning from Global Luxury, Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. Wonderful things to get out to your clients, to show the world. And we're doing this in a much more localized and customized way. So super excited about that. Again, I know I touched on this earlier, but with that said, the newsletter, all of the new global luxury marketing package stuff, we're going to do another Focus Friday, February 9th, where I'll be on to discuss more in detail the global luxury portion of the marketing packages and the other things like I talked about. But one really cool thing, so I really encourage, even if you're not a global luxury agent, this is an awesome thing to join. We're bringing on Moira Boyle, the Senior Director, Global Head of Luxury for Wealth Engine. Wealth Engine is a really cool program that we get through our Global Luxury certification with Coldwell Banker. And she'll tell us a lot about that program and how to use it to the best of your ability to get new clients and stay in that global luxury environment. So I hope you can join us for that. And thank you for taking the time to listen and learn about our 2024 marketing. I want to say again, if you have questions about those marketing packages or really anything else, our ACs are already ready to take down those questions so that we can answer them during the Focus Fridays. So thank you so much. And we look forward to supporting your business in 2024. We can't hear you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so worried about talking or having something happen when someone else is speaking that I forgot the main thing. You would think I've never done Zoom before. All right, thank you, Rachel, is what I was saying. That's some really, really awesome stuff. I can't wait for February 1st. How many of you attended Gen Blue Atlanta last fall? And I can't see your hands, so I'm just going to say if there was one person's name. Oh, thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy raised his hands. Awesome. If there was one name that I heard over and over from many agents, it was this person right here, Kate Rossi. Our featured speaker today. She is a seasoned real estate leader. She's been in the industry for over 40 years. She's been a salesperson, a manager, regional vice president, COO, CEO, president. She's also been named the 10th most influential woman in real estate from 2015 to 2022. Kate Rossi is extremely passionate about helping Coldwell Banker agents and leaders find success in their businesses and live exceptional lives in the important roles that they do every day. So let's all welcome Kate Rossi.
Okay, am I live here?
You are live, Kate.
Yay! I did this. I'm so proud of myself. Anyways, I can't believe the territory you kids cover because you are the toughest real estate agents, I think, in the world. The weather there is incredible. I'm in Connecticut right now, and I think I'm cold. So I just can't even imagine what you kids do. And keep doing it through all the weather that you have. So congratulations. I'm honored to be here. I usually do everything in person, but Sarah is very, very persistent. She's a very persistent individual, and she insisted that I chat with you guys. So just want to talk about the market. You know, I've been hearing so many stinking thinkings out there that the market is bad. And as Sarah said, I've been doing this since 1982, and it is not a bad market. It is a seller's market, and we don't have enough sellers. That is what it comes down to. Inventory is lax across the United States. There are still buyers out there. Some of your territories, most of your territories, has land. People want to be in the outskirts. They no longer want to be in the cities and that sort of thing. So there's gravitation to have a lot of property in that. So it's an opportunity. The challenge is, we as an industry, we listen to the negative media. I mean, we just listen to the negative stuff. I think in my career, the only time it was truly a bad market was 2009, 2010, and 2011, when the mortgage crisis hit, because people all of a sudden didn't believe the home was the American dream. They thought renting would be better and all that other good stuff. So I truly want you to understand, this is a good market. The challenge is, we have got to treat it like a job. I always did, ever since day one. Interest rates were 18% when I got started. I had 72 listings and I made 6 figures. So I never thought of a bad market, because there's always a buyer out there that wants to buy something, but you have to have the inventory. We're the only industry, sales industry, because we are a sales organization, that chases other people's inventory. You know, like, let's get our own. That's the way I always felt, because I didn't like working with buyers. I have to admit that. I don't like people in my car, and I don't like when they bring their children. I'm so sorry. But they eat, you know, like, we're going for an hour. What are you doing? You know, I never could understand any of that stuff. So I thought, why don't I just get all the inventory and everybody works for me? So I'm going to give you a simple formula. If you just get it through your head and do it, it'll change your life, kids. It was 1 appointment a day, 5 days a week. Now, if you're working with a coach or anybody out there, they talk about making calls, and that prospecting thing always triggers something inside of us. Like, we're so afraid to talk to people. And I just try to overcome that objection, because, like, they can't even see you when you're calling. You can't call the do not call list. That's a big thing today. Okay. You got to worry about that piece of it. But other than that, like, call people. What I've been recommending to everybody right now is call 10 people you know a day. We all have these things called a phone. Okay. And if you would call 10 people a day and just say these words, Hi, this is Kate with Coldwell Banker. Use your own name. But this is Kate with Coldwell Banker. I'm just calling to say, do you know what your house is worth? Oh, Kate, I'm not going to sell. You know, no, I don't know, but I'm not going to sell. I'm not asking you to sell. But you're sitting on a gold mine right now, and I'd love to come over and tell you what your home is worth. If you call 10 people a day that you know, it's not a cold call, it's a warm call. Guess what happened? And I've challenged this in different areas, and I've told different people this. And the people that have done it, they have called and they're getting 2 listings a week, because somebody will say to them, are you kidding me? I could get that much money. Because the average American, and this is a bad fact, but it's a scary fact, has less than 20K in savings. The majority of their money is in the equity in their home. And so there's a lot of people that have these larger houses, their children are grown, and they don't really need the house. And they're sitting there thinking, because they think they missed some kind of window, you know, during COVID, everybody thought that was a great time to sell, and it truly was. I'll tell you a little story in a little bit, but they're thinking about it, but they're thinking, where will I go? I mean, if I could sell, you know, but where will I go? So what I would suggest to each and every one of you, I'm sure you have temporary housing and short-term rentals in your marketplace. So before you make the call, do some research. Contact temporary housing, and they're in everybody's market. Okay, some are furnished, some are unfurnished. And then get a list of things. So when you go over to see your friend to tell them how much they're worth, and they'll go, geez, you think I could get that, but where will I go? Just say, I happened to do a little research before I came here, and here's a list of places. For a short-term inconvenience, for a long-term net gain, would it be worth it for you to put your home on the market now? And I am telling you, if you could overcome that objection where I could go, because they could put their stuff in storage, or they could get an empty short-term rental and put their stuff in there. But if you were able to get somebody 50, 100, 200, depending on how much equity they have in their home, think about how you could change somebody's life. See, I believe the real estate industry moves America. I really do. I think, like I said, in 2009 and 2010, when nothing was selling, the world was tanking. But then all of a sudden, you kids do what you do best, and that's sell America. And you started to go out and you started to get listings and people started to buy. And guess what happens? Just because of our one simple transaction that we do, people go to work because they buy that house. They love that house. That night they're there and they go, honey, we got to change this carpet. We got to get new furniture. We got to paint these rooms. We got to call a plumber. We got to add an addition. We got to do landscaping. And because of the one simple transaction that you kids do, you move America. People go to work because of what we do. So it's an honorable position. And really, I get excited when I talk to you, and I wish I could see your faces because I like to interact with people. But here's what I would want you to think about. If you called 10 people that you know a day, and you were able to get into 10 homes, do you think your technique of presentation would get better? See, in this industry, we got 3 factors. We got prospecting, presenting, and price. Okay, the 3 Ps. If you are able to prospect, and you get a lot of appointments, guess what happens? Price never becomes a factor. Because if you could get the top 2 down, the third one is if they don't want to listen to your price, your terms, your condition, and what you're charging, don't work with them. But if you could figure out the prospecting and presenting, this is the biggest investment most people will ever have in a lifetime. If you could get those 2 down this year, it'll change the dynamics of your life. Like I said, the first year I was in the business, I had 72 listings. Second year, I had over 110. And I have never gone backwards. Like Sarah said, I've got into management. A company called Coldwell Banker bought the boutique I was with in 1984. My manager walked out the door that day, said she wouldn't work for a corporation. I had probably 200 and some listings at that point. And my old boss at the time said, could you watch The Office till we found a manager? So that's how I got into management. I love being an agent. So no matter how high I went up the food chain, you know, people always said, why do you teach? Because you kids are our backbone. You kids are the reason I do what I do. And I think anybody in leadership, you're my client. And if I could get through to your head, because this thing between your ears is the only thing stopping you from success. You either talk yourself into success or you talk yourself out of it. If you could overcome the fear of picking up the phone or knocking on a door and ask somebody, do they know what their home is worth? You could change the dynamics overnight, but it's up to you. Now, my system was 1 appointment a day, 5 days a week. And I built a career on expireds and for sale by owners. Because back then, I didn't know any better. I wasn't from the area. I grew up in Connecticut, and I was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where the steel mills were shutting down left and right. Interest rates were 18%. I was going through a wonderful divorce with Jekyll, and I had a 2-year-old. I was a single mom, and I raised my daughter on what you kids do for a living. And I have talked to hundreds of agents across the United States, and you are your biggest detriment or your biggest success. Like I said, don't be fearful of making a call. They can't see you. They don't even know who you are. But if you could get 1 appointment a day, 5 days a week, your prospecting gets great, your presentation gets even better. And at the end of the day, you only work with people who truly want to work with you. You'll end up with a minimum of 96 listings a year, a minimum. Now, when you have blue and white signs everywhere, do you think it's easier to get a listing? Now, I don't know how many's on this call, but if everybody on this call could get 1 appointment a day, 5 days a week, could you only imagine you could dominate a market? And right now, it is a seller's market. I'm going to tell you a little story because I think we remember things when we hear stories. But anyways, you know, I taught a class, my listing class in Sarasota in 2019, the end of 2019. I said, you know, I go to people that have second homes, you know, because I had a home in Sarasota and one in Connecticut. I said, go knock on doors for short-term inconvenience, long-term net gain. You know, I said, overcome the objection where somebody could move to short-term rentals, just what I told you in the beginning. So the next day, a top agent in Sarasota knocked on my door and said, hi, Miss Rossi. And I said, are you selling something in my neighborhood, Steve? And he said, yeah, your house. And I said, Steve, I'm not selling my house. I had no intention of selling, kids, none, zero. I had 7,000 square feet. it was ridiculous by myself. My daughter and my 3 grandbabies come down twice a year, if they come, they're like, "Ma, do we have to come see you again? Can't you come up here?" That kind of thing. But I didn't want to sell. I was comfortable, I had all the stuff and I thought, I'm staying here. And Steve said, "Yeah, but don't you own a home in Connecticut too?" And I said, "Yes, Steve, but I don't want to sell." And he goes, "For a short-term inconvenience, for a long-term net gain." He said, "What if I got you X?" So I'm not stupid, kids. And I said, "Listen, if you could get me X, I'm packing, like I'm out of here." No intention of selling, wasn't even thinking about selling. I'm one of the 10 people in your list, okay? You know me, I'm your neighbor. I'm somebody that you go to social things. You know who I am. House is too big, don't need it, comfortable, never thought of selling, thought I'd die in that place. So anyways, I said to him, "If you could get me X, I'll sell." I never thought anybody would pay that. The house was beautiful, but I never thought that. He said, "Great, they're in the driveway." I was like, "You are kidding me." Like, I really wanted to die. I was like, I can't believe this. Anyways, my grandmother always taught me, have your home death ready in case, you go and, when somebody comes in afterwards, it looks good. So anyways, I said, let them come in. I went out back and I was looking over the 10th hole and I was like, I can't leave this place. I'm going to call my daughter. I was like a wreck. They only stayed 15 minutes. They left. I said, "I'll get the lights, Steve. Talk to you later." He calls me back and I thought they didn't like it. They only stayed 15 minutes. So they call me back and he said, "I have an offer." I said, "I don't want an offer. You told me X." Kids, who's in control when they don't have to sell? Who has the power when they don't have to sell? That's the market we're in. We don't have enough inventory. So any seller, they may think they missed a window, but they're still getting a better price right now because there are buyers in the market. He came back 3 more times. 3rd time he came back, it was an X. So I was like, nope, because I didn't have to sell. And he said, "Miss Rossi, you're going to blow this transaction for $50,000. I said, "Yes," because at that point I had already called my daughter. She had every one of my grandchildren call and cry on the phone saying, "We love that house, Meemaw. You can't sell the house." I was like, this is too much pressure. So I slept really well that night because he said, "It's dead and it's done." I said, "It's done. Go, bye." So the next day he calls me at 7:36 in the morning and he said, "Kate, you won't believe it. They're going to pay you X." Guys, I was devastated. Anyways, they said they had to close in 30 days. I said, "I can't do it. I need at least 90. He said, "Oh my God, Kate." They said, "Whatever you came back with, they'll do." Your sellers right now have a huge opportunity. And if you don't tell them about it, somebody else will. I am encouraging each and every one of you. I'm proud of the ones that did just one more. That was my thing I started years ago in the organization. So I always said, if you could do one more than you did the year before, listings. I'm not worried about, you never have to talk about sales if you have listings. So if you did 3 listings last year, get 4 this year. If you did 1 listing last year, get 2. If you had none, get 1. Get it early on because 1 listing leads to 3 transactions. If I could just get it through your heads, listings control your market, listings control your destiny, and listings are the name of the game. So I hope that's good, Sarah. I don't know what else you want me to say. I just wish I could be there and shake you kids because in my mind, it is such an opportunity. We have, and you know what's happening right now? A lot of people got in during COVID and they can't handle this market. So they're weeding out. Okay. And then other people that, they're bottom feeders, I call them, but that's terrible. Bad, Kate. Anyways, there are so many people right now that need us because we do move America. And if we could whoever's on this call could go out and get an appointment today, think about it. They're home. They're frozen solid. You could get them at home, but you call them today. You call them today and just say, "Hey, do you know what your home is worth? I'd love to come over and talk to you about it." Think about that. All those blue and whites go up, and I guarantee you one seller is going to say, hey, that house is for sale. You're going to stimulate your own market. So I wish you all the best. 2024 is going to be a great year, but if it's meant to be, it's up to me. And if you ever thaw out, I'd love to come up and see you all in person. But I'm really proud of you because you do move America. And without you, I mean, this country would be down the tubes for sure, because every time we sell a property, somebody goes to work. You guys have the greatest job in the world. I think you in the military, I think we can't live without you. So thank you very much for having me. Any questions?
Yeah, wow, Kate, you are amazing. I think I'm going to take what you just shared and listen to it every morning because there's no gimmicks. It's so good, so good. Let's see here. Just a lot of comments like this is amazing. So cool. It's not hard to call 10 people, especially if they're warm people. You are awesome.
Hey, Kate. So
yeah,
it's Todd Conklin. Hey, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. It was great to see you on stage at Gen Blue. All of your acknowledgments and awards, they are well deserved. We all know you. I know you and I don't know each other, but I know you.
I've heard of you.
Well, hopefully only the good stuff. But hey, listen, I'm sitting here, I'm writing these things down. One of the powerful things to listen to a leader like you is that you've been in the trenches, and in a sea of so many people that sort of sit in the ivory tower, haven't had to knock on a door, haven't had to sit on the couch or at the dining room table across from a seller. It's sometimes it's just lost, right? It's lost in translation. And I love listening to somebody like you, and I'm sitting here writing these things down. And so I just want to share a couple of these. It's a seller's market. We just don't have enough sellers. Duh.
That's it.
Right. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. You know, we talk about brainwash in our organization, like you're going to get brainwashed one way or the other, right? You can either let the media brainwash you or you can brainwash you. And you just said it in a different way that was so powerful. The other one is if you don't tell them, somebody else will.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like I wonder that when you sold your house that you were devastated to sell, how awesome was it to take that equity and go on in your life? Like, what was the impact of that?
You know what, Todd? Like I said, I'm pretty comfortable at this point in my life. You know, if I'm not, you know, I'm in trouble. But I will honestly say that it was crazy money. It became crazy money. And I always talk about my why. And my why is my daughter. And I've always done everything. Now she gave me 3 other whys to worry about. So now I know all their education is paid for. I know. Do you know what I mean? It was just an additional crazy money that I could do something with. And I really didn't need that big old house. And I did end up buying something else. You know what, guys, we're our worst enemies, but it is amazing. You do when I accepted that, like I said, I still tell Steve I hate him, but he did me a favor. He really did me a favor because he did my daughter a favor because I got rid of 7,000 square feet of crap that she would have had to worry about. So he really did a service for me. And that's what you kids have right now. You have the opportunity to change somebody's life. You really do.
Yeah. You know, the other piece, I love talking to people who have been in the market for a long period of time. And in this world, like 10 years is a long period of time. You've been in the market for 4 decades. Mm-hmm. You have seen a bunch of ups and downs and sideways and all of the things. In a time where there seems to be fear in everything we do, I love how you said you either talk yourself into success or you don't. Over the course of the last 40 years, can you remember any times that you felt that fear? And can you share with the team like what you did to get yourself refocused on what was important?
You know, good question. I was running the state of Connecticut and New York in 2009. And I'm telling you that I think if I ever was afraid, I was afraid of what was happening, because people, the millennials, they said they'd never own a home. They were going to live in parents' basements. I mean, the mortgage crisis really did a number because, and you know what, kids, that wasn't a healthy market. It really was bad because prior to that, people were buying and flipping houses so fast that it was stupid right before that 2009. And people, the no proof of documentation that
no doc loans.
No doc loans that one administration put into practice really ruined it because people didn't have to qualify to get money. And so what was happening, we were lending money to people that really, if the market went a little bit sideways, they were going to be in trouble. So I think, Todd, if I ever had fear, it was 2009, 2010. But here's what happened. I said to everyone in my companies, at that point in time, I think I had like 6,000 agents in the 2 states, or maybe more than that, I don't remember. But I wouldn't let them think that way. I kept saying, stay the course. We kept getting inventory. And then when the market turned just a little, I said long-term listings, and people still bought there. It wasn't like huge, but it was the scariest time. I think the fear for me was the American dream wasn't going to be that anymore. But after that, there's never been a time. I've never in my career since then or before then, I have no fear. I really don't have a fear. I think your fear, everyone's fear, is stupid. It doesn't make sense to not be able to talk to somebody. Don't be a secret agent. Talk to people about what you do because it's honorable. And so even when the interest rates were totally high or out of control, we had, VA loans that you can assume. We've had to figure it out differently. But if you carry inventory through every market, you're going to be okay. It's just getting that inventory, getting our heads wrapped around making the appointments. Because the more appointments you have, the stronger your presentation becomes. Then you start to dominate. And your marketing tools, you're just listed, just sold. Kids, those are beautiful pieces. You should commend your group there for putting those together. That's all the marketing I ever did, was just listed and just sold. And I wish I had a whiteboard here that I could show you, but and I know I'm getting on a tangent, Todd, sorry, but the just listed and just sold are the most important pieces you could ever send out. People send recipe cards and I'm not a cook. And I'm not going to send you a recipe because that's stupid. You want to send production to people. So I think the fallacy is we send it around just the house. I sent it to my sphere. I was sending out 5,000 to 6,000 pieces a month. It didn't make sense at the time to anybody but me, but everybody would get something from me. So I did a just listed in a neighborhood. And then if I got another one in another neighborhood, I did it around that same neighborhood in that neighborhood. Then I'd get another listing and I did it. Are you following me? I could. Yeah. So everybody, I didn't want to be a one-hit wonder, just listed, just sold around the house. And then I'd get another one in a different location and they wouldn't hear from me. I wanted everybody to keep picking up just listed, just sold 5, 6 pieces a week from me. So if their mother was talking to their mother about listing their home, they wanted me to come in and tell them a price. And so I got invited to more dances because I used that tool to the nth degree, just listed and just sold cards. So I commend you on that. I don't have fear. I mean, fear is, it's you. You stop yourself. You really stop yourself.
I love that. Sarah, it looks like there were a couple of questions that came in.
Yes, we do. Kate, we've had a request for you to tell your commission story or your line. Okay. All right.
The best. It is the
best. Yeah.
Things come into my head. I don't know where it comes from, kids, but I think I'm a lunatic at times. But anyways, my really good friend in New England called me and she said, Kate, I have this seller that I sold the house to. And she said, he was really tough. And she said, I know he's going to beat me up about commission. She said, could you come and help me with the listing? And I like to do that. You kids have it has been a big one. I love doing that because then I keep abreast of what you kids are going through right now. And I've done that my whole career. I love price reductions and I love listings. So if you ever need me, but so anyways, I said, how much is the house? She said, 14 million. I said, I'm on a plane. I'll be there. So I went and we go, and he was full of himself. The guy was, I mean, but I like to have fun with people like that. You know, he's like, oh, and I put gold toilets in, and I'm like, oh, that's a selling feature. Everybody wants one of those. I mean, like, you know, and he was full of himself. Like the whole house was like a carnival. And then he said, I have a Picasso. I almost said it's a print, but I didn't say it. I just I zipped for one time. Anyways, we get to the table, and then he goes, hey, girls, what are you going to charge me? And, you know, it just made me nuts. Anyways, I said, we charge 3.5. What do you want to pay the selling broker? Because that's been my line my entire career. I charge 3.5. What do you want to pay the selling broker? They'll say what's fair. I say 3.5. I believe we're the only industry keeps going backwards with our commissions, but that's a whole different program. Anyways, he said 3.5. He's like, I thought we were talking 2 total. And I looked at Carol, and her face had fear in it because she didn't know what I was going to say. And I said, oh my God, you didn't tell me he was having a hardship. And he got so upset. Like I wanted to laugh. I tried very hard not to, but he pounded the table and he said, I'm not having a hardship. And I said, then why would you have asked us that? And I just looked at him. We got a 7% on a 14 million that sold in 3 days. And that's the power of prospecting. That's the power of getting the confidence level of being able to say the truth. So I hope that helps somebody. But, you know, when they ask you that, that's insulting. The thing I don't want you to do ever is explain your commission. Like, I charge, you know, my broker take. I mean, we do that stupidness. Like, I charge 3.5 when I pay a selling broker. If they don't want to go with you, bye. Like, you've got to learn, because when you say no to somebody, they want you more. And that guy, really, he never questioned the commission, even at the table. I thought it's 3 days. I thought he was going to come back at us. So, but I said to her, we're not cutting. And so I flew up for the closing just because we wanted to celebrate the booth. So we went up there, and he didn't say a word. He almost died when I showed up at the closing, but it was great. Try it.
I love
That's
it.
fantastic.
We have one more question. For this question is from a brand new agent. Can you suggest the best way for a new realtor in town, in a new town, in a community, can learn the new market?
You know what? 1 appointment a day, 5 days a week. Go see houses that are on the market right now. Learn your market. Like I said, I wasn't from the area. I didn't know anything. My first 30 listings were a nightmare. I will tell you that, because I was practicing my trade. The trouble with most real estate agents, we never get a lot of listings. We get, like, the average agent gets 1.5 listings a year. I don't know how they come up with that number, but but my first 30, I drove, like I was going everywhere, but I was practicing my trade. So as a new person, you have no bad habits. You have no fear at this point. Go and see inventory. Look at inventory. Just really look at inventory. Do a CMA after you walk out and see if it compares to the number that somebody has on that property. Like, just learn your trade. The first 30 listings were tough. I mean, they were tough. And I had a good education on my first 30. But once I got it down, like, because the face will change, the house changes a little. But what comes out of their mouth, my presentation became so strong after the 30, I wasn't putting up with somebody that wanted to overprice and that. But in the beginning, you're going to have some bumps, but you got to practice your trade. This is the biggest investment most people will ever have in a lifetime. We can't wing it. You got to learn. Learn your inventory, learn your market, take some listings, go for FSBOs. FSBOs are great. Do some expireds, but learn your trade. If you have any questions, call me. Like, I coach a bunch of agents, like Jill Hirschberg. If you talk, I don't know if you know her, but she's did $3 billion her team last year. Like, she'll call me and she'll say, just kick me in the rear end, Kate, tell me to pick up the phone. And I do. I'm going to say, Jill, what the hell are you doing? So I'd be happy to do that for any of you kids.
I love it. I love it. Listen, I think one of the cool things, like, again, you've been in the business a long time. You've seen a lot of things, not only with your business, which super powerful that you've been in the trenches also with other people. We talk about sometimes when things get hard, it takes a lot of courage. And if you don't have the courage, borrow someone else's. And what I'm getting from you right now is that confidence, that like you care and you know exactly what to say and you know exactly when to say it. You're not afraid of it because you've got the courage. I would ask everybody on this call, if you need to borrow some courage, borrow Kate's.
And I'll be happy to give it to you. Seriously, one last thing. Don't be afraid to say the hard stuff. You got to tell the truth, kids. Like, even on a price reduction, don't shortchange it. You got to go for the jugular. Don't tell them, those little price reductions. Go for it. Tell people the truth. They need to hear it. And if they don't want to hear it, you shouldn't be messing your time with it. Walk away. All right.
Thanks, Kate.
Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it, kids. And
yeah, thank you so much, Kate. Really
I'm here
appreciate you taking the time. All right. Sounds good.
Take
See
care.
you soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Wow. I mean, hello. Was that amazing? Sometimes I have to pinch myself because, again, I think in my soul, I'm still, sitting in the basement of my house in Sun Valley in 2006 going, what in the hell are we doing? And here we are today. And you get a Kate Rossi who, by all measures, man, woman, leader, salesperson, like she's just at the top of the top. And it's amazing. It's amazing that people like that come and have conversations with us. So I think the next piece is the Chairman's Club. Before we get to the Chairman's Club, there were a couple of things that I wanted to chat about. Number one, Rachel, your team, so amazing. For those of you that have been utilizing the marketing packages and it's been a great partnership in your business, I think you're really going to like this. This really was a compilation of everything that we heard from you all that are using it, and a compilation and the addition to the 49 top agents that I interviewed across the country to come up with an even better product. So that's been truly incredible. I think I saw something just came across. No, all right. Anyway, so with Kate, hopefully what you all got was some of the key points. I kept a long list. I'll share it with you in the chat here, or maybe I'll put it on our inside track. But why don't I do that? I'm going to put it on Coldwell Banker Inside Track for any of you that have not yet connected with Coldwell Banker Inside Track. That is our sort of inside scoop for Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties, Prime Properties, and Mid-America. Please connect on that. And I will put our quotes on there. But man, what she's saying is the God's honest truth. If all you do is focus on listings, you'll never talk about sales again. Wow. One of the interesting things is we're going to now talk about the Chairman's Club. And when we talk about the Chairman's Club, these are people who made a decision to not listen to the market. Right? She said, well, I wrote it down here. I'll read her words. Right? You either talk yourself into success or you talk yourself out of success. These people they made a decision. It didn't just happen to them. It happened for them because they made the decision to focus on the things that really mattered. Y'all, in life and in business, we are constantly surrounded by negativity. We can either choose to see it. We're also constantly surrounded by positivity. We can choose to see that too. These people who achieved greatness through their success, and this is just one measurement. I understand we talk about faith, we talk about family, we talk about fitness, and we talk about finance. The Chairman's Club really is talking about finance, and yet I would argue that if you are checking the boxes on the other things, it all contributes to your success in finance. These people chose to see the positivity, the possibility, and they borrowed the courage, or they developed the courage to have an exceptional outcome in their business. And so it is with a great honor that I get to announce the 2024 Chairman's Club. Let's do it. Chairman's Club for commercial specific. Becca Posner, love it. Congratulations, Becca. And Mike Foster. Mike Foster, congratulations. Mike's probably skiing right now if he's not on this call. I know Mike. Chairman's Club, small teams. The Durango, Colorado group. Daniel and Robbie, congratulations, gents. The Blount Bell team, Nicole and Tasha, congratulations. Kelly Smoke and her team. Tom Butler, congrats, Tom. Brenda and Mike, congrats. Kate Embry, congratulations, and team, Nicole. The Get Shook, Gary and Michaela, congratulations. And other large teams for the Chairman's Club for 2024. The Koyman Real Estate Team, congratulations, Kathy, Doug, and Mariah. AJ Anderson, way to go, buddy. Assistant Manager in North Park. VCK Group, well done, led by Olin, but a great group of salespeople there. Team Val Myers, way to go, Val. Congratulations. The Schaefer team, led by Julie, another great, incredible team. And Team Yazbak in Steamboat Springs, well done, Robert. And for your Chairman's Club individuals, the countdown. Kathy Hall, congratulations, Kathy, that's fantastic. Rick Diorio, Ricky. Jennifer, congratulations. Gail Webster. Jason McMillan, congrats, buddy. Nikki Mativa makes my heart smile. James, nice job. We're going to update your photo, James. Rhonda Dix. Tiffany, congratulations. Jill, right on. Congratulations. Cindy Ficklin. Scott, nice. Todd in Durango. Jim Jennings, Telluride, congratulations, buddy. Jen Peterson. Rebecca Balboni, Durango. Amy Weirder in Ankeny. Lindsay LeBrant in Durango. Kelsey Renevier, congratulations. Casey Kliegel, North Park. Jared Nixon in Durango. The one and only Deb Sievers in Sun Valley, congratulations. Karen McCarthy, yay, Karen, way to go. Robin Von Gilleren, way to go, Robin, congratulations. Bruce Campbell. Michelle Klein. Julie, nice job, Julie. I think you're still in California, but congratulations. Have a glass of wine for us. And numero uno this year is Jennifer Colson. Well done. Congratulations to each and every one of you all. Really great work. Way to lead an industry. And that's exactly what you all are doing. You're leading an industry. And I am super proud. I'm super honored to partner with you all in what you do on a daily basis and your success. So thank you. And I speak for the entire team. I know you don't get a chance to see everybody all the time, but just know that we are arm in arm with you, shoulder to shoulder with you, here to help you all stay focused on all the opportunities that are available, especially as a market like this shifts, the opportunities just get more plentiful. So congratulations to each and every one of you. Let's talk just briefly. We're going to talk a little bit more about this. I know all of you really want to know what this Chairman's Club trip is, but I've been sworn to secrecy. Right? Rachel told me that she would never speak to me again if I let the cat out of the bag. So on February 8th, there will be a special Chairman's Club group that will get together, and we will talk specifically as our first meeting, specifically about all of the features and benefits. But listen, here's the thing. The trip is just one part of it, and I can't wait. Honestly, I am very excited about that. I know the folks from the Iowa world have done these before. Maybe it's old hat for you. The rest of the folks have not. So this is going to be a very new experience. It is rad. That's about all I can say about that. From a benefits perspective, if you'll go back, Alyssa, one slide for me, just so that I can. Chairman's Club is going to be a different setup than the President's Club. My whole goal is to bring massive amounts of value to you. I'm looking to bring access to people and leaders in the industry that you just haven't had. People like Kate Rossi that can just impart, maybe it's just one nugget, but as Kate, like I've got a whole list of things that I got from her, but just extra access to people who might just have an impact on all areas of your life. Look, I've got wealth planning and tax strategies and sales skills and marketing and just agent specific. We call them the sales assassins, right? How to build a team, how to focus on luxury, how to win, how to brand yourself. Like all of these things are really, really important. We just put a small sampling of some of the special guests. I actually have a more complete list, but you're talking about the president of Coldwell Banker. You're talking about the newly promoted David Marine. He's no longer just over Coldwell Banker. I've known him for 20 years. He's been part of the Coldwell Banker brand. He's now in charge of marketing for all of Anywhere. Like this is a big guy. That's the #1 real estate company group in the world, and he runs the entire marketing. He's going to come and talk to you all. Chuck Whitehead, one of the most dynamic sales trainers in our space. Michael Sheargold is the #1 real estate coach in the Southern Hemisphere. Jason Pantana, an expert. Jeff Mays, an expert with the Tom Ferry organization. And I have a whole list of others that I'll be bringing to you. So I'm very, very excited. Many of the other things, your announcement advertising, your social posts, your group social media, all of those things are still coming, and they're still going to be executed on. So here's some examples of what you can expect coming out. Now, listen, you all know I can't do these things without just a little bit of training. Remember how the social media game works, right? A social media post goes, and within the first 10 seconds, it's going to go out to a smattering of your friends. If it gets some engagement, they call it weight. If they get some engagement, that's likes, shares, comments, 4 words or more, it will then send it to more of your friends. If it gets additional engagement, then it will send it out to people that aren't your friends that they think it would be relevant to. That's how posts go viral. So as you see these posts, make sure that you share them. They're shareable. Make sure that you share them. As you see posts, you say, oh gosh, I know Mike and Becca, and so I'm going to go ahead and, hey, congratulations, Mike and Becca, this is awesome. Those comments matter. Okay, so make sure that you contribute and support your fellow agents, but also the marketing team's efforts as they partner with you and calling attention to your successes.
All right, thank you, Todd. So before we wrap up our 2024 kickoff rally, I want to review the events coming up. There's no Focus Friday tomorrow. However, the week after that, which is January 26th, we're going to have Lynchen Rayside. She's a Westtown agent who is not only changing lives in real estate, but she's also doing it in her fight against human trafficking. So we'll see you next week for that. Then we'll start off the month of February with Joey and Rachel, where they're going to do a deep dive on the marketing packages that Rachel just explained to us. And then on the 9th, just like Rachel said, we're going to focus again on marketing, but it will be the global marketing with our special guest. And I need to say her name. It's Moira Boyle, because Rachel will agree. That's been a tongue twister, and I was really nervous about saying it.
You did great.
Thank you. All right. So save this date, everyone. Tuesday, February 27th. It is my most favorite and loved event. It's the award celebration. We're going to celebrate the successes of 2023 and look for more information to come. And typically, when we have more information to come, we mean you need to look here in this place. Information that you received today, as well as the events coming up, will all be in the next issue of This Week at Distinctive. You can look for it to be in your inbox next Monday. And now, Todd, I believe the last slide is for you. And one of the great ways that we end our meeting.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So again, thank you to all of you that work so hard to put this thing together. I really appreciate you guys. I know how hard you work, and yeah, it's amazing. So, and of course, we always are thankful to each and every one of you that attend these things. We love our agents. We love our staff. This QR code, if you'll take a minute, open up your phones, go to your camera, and just take a minute. There's literally 4 questions here, so it's a very, very short survey. It just gives me and the whole team, but really it comes to me, and it gives me the opportunity to see, hey, what is it that I'm doing right? What is it that I'm doing wrong? What do I need to do more of? And what are you committed to in 2024 to help us become the most dominant player in the market? Let's paint our towns blue. And this is how I know what to do and when to do it. My commitment to you is that I personally see every single one of these, and I personally respond to each and every one of you. As we grow, I get a little bit worried. I say, hey, listen, I'll be back to you within 2 weeks. So I'm still going to say 2 weeks, and I'm still going to live to that. It gets harder. It gets harder every time, but we're going to do it. It means a lot to me. It should mean a lot to you, because these are not falling on deaf ears. So if there is something that is on your heart and you want to say, hey, dude, like, do more of this. This is awesome. This is a great place to do it. If there's something that you think that I can get better at, then this is a place to give me that insight. And then, of course, if there's something that we're not quite got up and going that you think we should have up and going, this is a great spot. But don't forget number 4. Don't forget number 4. This is a partnership that we're in. And so we need you rowing in that same direction. So where will you help us to be better in 2024? And with that, I say thank you so much. I appreciate your time. God bless you guys, and see you soon.